Kate Daly Show.
Gather round. I'm here to give you anything you like. You want free college, energy, mortgages, whatever you like. You have come to the right place. Why? I'll tell you why. Who can take your money?
Who can take your money?
With a twinkle in their eye.
A twinkle in their eye.
Take it all away and give it to some other guy. The government.
The government.
Oh, I love this song.
The government.
So true. Welcome back. You're listening to the Kate Daly Show. I can't believe we're at the end of the show today. It went so fast. And we have Mel Madison joining us. That was Tim Hawkins, by the way. We have Mel Madison joining us, and we'll talk a little bit about inflation. We'll talk a little bit about economy. And you don't have a crystal ball. I just want to make that known. So, Mel, sorry about that, that you don't have your crystal ball out. But you do have a lot to say about this because of some of the things that we went through, what we went through yesterday. Might want to comment on that, what you're kind of looking at happening, because you were the one picking up on Japan's economy and no one else was talking about that. I love that you did that, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. So what started happening in the middle of July was what they call the unwind of the carry trade. And it's not to get too complicated here. It's actually kind of simple. It's just, Japan basically had negative or zero interest rates, and all these hedge funds and people were borrowing money in Japan, borrowing yen at 0% interest. And then they were changing it into dollars, and they were buying things like Bitcoin, Nvidia stock, S&P 500 futures, buying all the high flying, AI names, stuff like that. What happened was, and what I warned about on Tuesday, because I knew the Bank of Japan was having a meeting on Wednesday, and as was the Federal Reserve, that the Federal Reserve is going to signal that they're going to be cutting rates. And the Bank of Japan, nobody knew this for sure, but it was thought that they were going to actually raise rates. Mm-hmm. Now, they raised rates the same day that the Fed said they're going to start cutting rates, basically. This divergence, what that does is that makes the yen get stronger and the dollar get weaker. And so all these people that were borrowing in yen now all of a sudden realize like they're going to have to pay back those debts in yen. And they thought that they were going to be able to actually sell those dollars for even more yen than they borrowed in the first place and make money on the currency move. And so basically this reversed that. And once it started, what happens is all these guys that do this type of thing, they lever up. And when you lever up and you're like 5, 10, 15 times leverage and you lose money, which is what happened, you have no choice. You have to just start selling everything you own. You have to start selling your Nvidia, selling your Bitcoin, selling everything. And everything just starts, crashing basically. But what happened is, and I tweeted about this on Sunday night at Mel Madison 1. I basically was like, look, this is a mechanical unwind of the carry trade. I talked about it on the Kate Daly Show last week. Like this is not like the dollar collapsing and the world coming to an end. And I was buying stuff Sunday night, Monday morning, as I mentioned in these tweets. And I closed out a lot of those positions. But when I was buying this stuff, it's already up 15, 20%. Like, in 48 hours, you make 20% on your money, because when these types of crashes happen, they happen quick. And this is just what I did with my own money. I'm a sophisticated investor. I've been in the business for decades. I'm not recommending that someone that doesn't know what they do starts entering into these types of frays, willy-nilly. So it's dangerous. But this was not the beginning of the big collapse. The big collapse, as I talk about all the time, it's going to be when the problem is not with hedge funds borrowing too much money in yen. It's going to be when people realize the United States government is essentially insolvent, and you're going to see dysfunction in the treasury market. You're going to see, people bought treasury bonds. Like if people are flying into the dollar, if people are buying treasury bonds, that's basically saying everybody is still trusting the system and the old playbook. It's when people stop trusting, when investors and market participants stop trusting the system and stop buying dollars and stop buying treasuries when something scary happens. That's when we know the end is near.
Ooh. Milty?
Mel, doesn't it usually take some insider knowledge to be able to buy when something rebounds that quickly?
Well,
like Martha Stewart kind of intuition, like that?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, well, I mean, it's tricky to find the right instruments to do these things because this is like kind of inside baseball, but I mean, stuff like on options, like the volatility just gets blown out. And then you also get these really wide, like bid-ask spreads, like the difference between what someone's willing to pay to buy it and what someone's willing to pay if they're selling it. And so you get a lot of this dysfunction. You have to do it in
spread? Okay, go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
The bid-ask, the difference, like someone saying, I'll buy NVIDIA for $100 a share, but then on the other side of the market, somebody is saying, well, I'll sell NVIDIA for 105, and there's a wide difference. Like you need that.
I had something envisioned in my mind, totally different. Thank you for clearing that.
Okay. Bid-ask. Okay, I
was
you.
like,
I got you. No, that's part of the Gonad Act.
Like that, bid-ask, like that. I thought it was more like that. Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
It's tricky. It's tricky to do it. Like let's say Monday morning. Like what did you have to do? What did I do? Well, look, there are these things that are crazy. That they're levered ETFs, right? So they're not options where the volatility is blown out, and you can buy a TQQQ, like a triple levered NASDAQ ETF, and you can start buying those at 4 a.m. in the morning. They trade pre-market. The QQQ ETF itself trades 24 hours a day. You can be buying and selling that at 2 o'clock in the morning. So, there are ways to get into these things where you're not
want the QQQ Pelosi move. I mean, I want to know how to make $300 million from a sitting congressman's point of view or salary. So, yeah. Anyway, it's so there's all kinds of different ways to get in, to make things happen for yourself, in other words.
Yeah. And this plays exactly into the hands, because what this does is it now gives the green light for the Federal Reserve to begin an aggressive rate cutting policy at their next meeting in September. And what that's doing, it's already started lowering things like mortgage rates. And I'm sure you're going to see TV commercials about how Kamala and Joe are saving the economy and making homes affordable again.
But prices go up when that happens, because then people go, oh, I can go buy it because the rate's low. Then all of a sudden bidding wars come back, right? So the house prices go up, actually.
Yeah, the home builder stocks are up big today. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then, of course,
everybody makes money, Kate. It's all a game until
and especially
it crashes
Congress.
Down, right?
Yes, especially Congress. But because they're cockroaches. They're gnats on the end of a cockroach. So just real quick, did you want to comment? Because we only have 30 seconds. Did you want to comment on the stock going up for Lockheed?
Yeah, I mean, I've been busy with so much finance stuff going on these days, but that spiked, and this is just another example. This Israeli thing,
very telling.
They're throwing stuff at us through a fire hose, so nobody can pay attention to all the details, like the Bitcoin bill or whatever.
It went 60 cents to 424, right? So dollars. So big jump. Lots of congresspersons made a lot of money. Anyway, little cockroaches made out. All right, Mel Madison. Go to melmadison.com for more. Follow him on X. Get the book on audio. It's called Quoz, Quoz. Thank you, Uncle Milty. Thank you, Mel. Be faithful, be fearless out there. Tell the truth, you guys. See you tomorrow.
Don't let those plumbing problems get you down.